Day 108 of the Daily Stoic. No harm, no foul. Quote, do away with the opinion, I am harmed, and the harm is cast away too. Do away with being harmed, and harm disappears. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations 4.7. A word can have multiple meanings. One usage can be harsh and another might be completely innocent. The same word can mean a cruel slur or a pile of sticks. In the same way, something said sarcastically differs drastically from something that was pointed and mean. The interpretation of a remark or a word has an immense amount of power. It's the difference between a laugh and hurt feelings, the difference between a fight breaking out and two people connecting. This is why it's so important to control the biases and lenses we bring into our interactions. When we hear or see something, which interpretation do you jump to? What is your default interpretation of someone else's intentions? If being upset or hurt is something you'd like to experience less often, then make sure your interpretations of others' words make that possible. Choose the right inference from someone's actions or from external events, and it's a lot more likely that you'll have the right response. Man. It's chapters and days like this that make me feel sad, make me feel, they make me feel, I guess sad is a strong word, but I hurt for the world. Do you know why I hurt for the world? The reason I hurt for the world is because so many people around you and around me live in fear. And what's so painfully obvious today is that they make it so painfully obvious that they live in fear. And what I have found, within the context of this chapter, no harm, no foul, is that individuals who live in fear generally have biases and preconceptions and notions immediately of that you are doing them harm, that they're a victim, that you are abusing them, hurting them, that you are insulting them, that you are making their life somehow harder by being around them. You are an inconvenience that should be feared. It saddens me that individuals live like this, because when you live like this, you only attract the energy that you give off. That's not we're not going to some sort of psychedelic mode here, guys. You know what I'm talking about. You have been in rooms with nervous energy people that you're just like, I gotta get out of here. You've been with strong-willed people that just barrel through the room even though they're not saying anything right now. You've been with so many different variations of energy. You've seen and felt the energy of the scared little rabbit in the corner, right? There's many more of those scared little rabbits running around today. And I'll tell you why. We've talked about it in previous days. I think it was in the 90s, the 90s chapters. Because these individuals who live in fear have allowed the world to infect their minds because they have not filtered what they allow to come into their brain and control them. And they live in fear. If being upset or hurt is something you'd like to experience less often, then make sure your interpretations of others' words make that possible. Defer to positivity. Defer to positive intent. You'll have a better life. if you engage everyone that way. See you in Discord, MetaFam.